All right, once again, Nate and Beth coming your way, returning once again to review Friday the 13th, the series. In this case,
This is season 2, episode 6, Master of Disguise. And
Master of Disguise. And what?
I was wrong. It wasn't a mask.
Oh, okay, I don't think I guessed anything.
No.
So,
I was kind of
this,
close, though.
well, kind of, it had to do with this guy's face, I guess, in a way.
Well,
So, this one was pretty good. This might be one of my favorites in a while. Definitely, probably my favorite of season 2 so far. Kind of interesting. It's, this bigwig, hunky, handsome guy in a movie that's
he goes
filming a movie and
from zero to hero. And nobody knows his past. So.
zero to hero in, what'd they say, 3 years
3
or
years.
something? The number one box office guy ever. And I can't remember what the first person who dies is who.
Oh, just a secondary actress.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the premise, there, for the record, there's four deaths slash kills in this episode. Kind of fun. And do you wanna? I've been blabbing. Do you wanna reveal what the basic premise of this episode is about?
I would have to say, well, you mentioned it during the episode, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde,
Ver-
with a little bit of Phantom of the Opera.
Splash of Phantom of the Opera and also Beauty and the
Yeah,
Beast.
very
Yeah.
much so, Beauty and the Beast. So this actor is like the leading role in this movie, and no one can find him for days, and I guess maybe it's because he's looking for the perfect victim. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably why, because he had to kill someone.
He has to kill someone. So we don't really know why in the beginning why he has to kill someone, but the first actress was it. She's looking for her purse, and she's get led into this dark area, and he
Oh, yeah,
reveals
yeah, yeah,
himself
yeah.
to her, and she screams. The light comes on, and the light,
I think he
like the
pushes,
stage light, heavy, heavy stage light,
falls
on her
head.
to make it look like an
Oh
accident.
my God! Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hold that thought? I want to don't not forget to mention that this episode was directed by Tom McLaughlin, the guy who directed Friday 6.
Ah, that would probably be why they've got your perfect scene in it. But that's not to the end. Well, I don't think we really see him, but
What perfect scene?
You
Sex scene?
no. Well, that too.
I like what?
The cabins.
Oh yeah. I don't know
yeah.
if that was an homage, but this is the first episode in the Friday the 13th series where they're at a lake with some cabins. I'm like, how appropriate. But anyway,
Moving back to the beginning of the episode. So this no-name actress gets hit by the stage light, and all you see is his hand, kind of furry, like wolfman kind of hand, sopping up blood. And then miraculously, a few hours later, William Pratt, who's the leading actor, shows up for set, and the sideline, Mickey and Ryan are at the store getting set prop antiques for the prop set,
this movie has
and
hired
Mickey's
them.
making herself look gorgeous.
This movie's hired them to for prop people on
Yeah.
the movie. The
Yeah.
people from the guys from Curious Goods shop.
So as she's bringing props to the set, William Pratt catches her in the perfect light and falls madly in love with her.
Oh yeah, she was pruning her how do you say that?
Preening.
Herself for the visit because she's all hot and heavy over this hunky movie star. So she gets herself all worked up. So when they deliver the props, he's like, "Oh baby," he doesn't say that, but you know what I mean.
Right. But so that was the first kill, and then the second kill, well, this kind of sleazy magazine, maybe
Oh God, that
TV
guy was
show,
funny. Yeah.
totally gay.
I
Is trying to
wasn't
get
gonna
an
say
interview
it.
because how do you go from zero to hero in such a short time? Where I'm gonna watch you rise and I'm gonna watch you fall, kind of deal. And he's been dodging this guy for an interview forever. But all of a sudden, he, I don't know, it starts to look ugly again and needs another victim. So he like cons him, goes to the guy's hotel room. Has to be a hotel room because it's got a sink tub, which I would love to have a bubble bath in, but that's a side story.
You don't want to crawl down into the tub on the floor, okay.
I don't know. It just seems kind of, it's what movie stars do.
Oh, okay.
Well, either that or a claw bathtub. But anyway, moving on. So
Jeez.
he acts like he's room service and brings in the champagne. Gets in because he's room service. This guy goes into this tub and he's watching himself on TV talk about ruining some other actor's life.
Oh, really? It's not. I thought he was ruining William Pratt's life.
I don't know. He's ruining somebody's life.
He's watching himself.
Watching himself on TV. This little
portable plug-in TV right by the water, and I'm like, oh, gee, I wonder what's going to happen here.
Exactly.
I don't know.
So he gets electrocuted just like the lighting person. That was a pretty good death scene. The first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you see the lightning go off, and then the blood drip out. And then the second death scene, he's more just convulsing in the tub, not as good as the first death. But so the scene ends with the cart with a wine glass of blood, which I wonder what that's for.
Being wheeled out, yeah.
So we do find out that they're looking for this makeup case that was owned by John Wilkes Booth, apparently, and it's a cursed item because they're looking for William Pratt in the catalog books, and there's nothing under William Pratt. But they do find this makeup case that was owned by John Wilkes Booth, which explains why JWB is on the makeup case.
The supposed killer of Abraham Lincoln in his storybook.
His storybook, yes. So
at first we thought this guy was John Wilkes Booth,
right. I mean,
who kept himself alive with this magical whatever.
Yeah, because
did we say magical? The cursed items, this cursed makeup case. That I don't think we did. Are you getting to it?
Kind of getting to that point. Yeah, kind of mentioned it. That they thought it was the person, but it's actually the makeup case, and you've got to like sacrifice blood to it. So they do this really cool reverse shot of the blood being soaked into the case, and then the case pops open, and there's this bloody makeup, like powder makeup, that he puts all over his face, and all of a sudden he becomes William Pratt.
A hunky, gorgeous, handsome man.
Yeah.
Did we say that when he runs out of this makeup, his face is all just Quasimodo looking, and
very Quasimodo.
Then he's got hairy whatever.
Hairy knuckles. I mean, he's just
hairy. Yeah.
Sadly, very not pretty in reality. But when the makeup wears off, the old him emerges.
So the premise is he's got to keep killing people and just dripping the blood onto the makeup case, and then it'll unlock, and give him this magical makeup to make him look amazing. Right.
So, but it kind of backfires on him. So Mickey and him are like doing this lovers interlude, and would you like to describe their first lovely scene together that's not on the set?
Oh, in bed,
yes.
Intertwined, naked, and sweaty and hot. Yeah, there's a sex scene and little short.
Pretty graphic for
TV. Yeah, she's on his lap and bareback, and her back's bare. I don't know if his is. It's facing off. Probably is. Yeah, and then there's one. The next shot I think is like missionary. He's on top. Yeah, I was like, wow, I was blushing, but. Yeah, I think that's the first sex scene with Mickey in the series so far. Hopefully not the last.
Well, after this experience, I don't think she's going to be falling that hard for people.
I hope not. Did we even mention the little backstory of his? This is kind of chock full of details. Then there was this backstory of his and this woman that the thing he was trying to recreate. The redhead and stuff. Do we even want to?
He really loves redheads because I guess the lady in
his past.
Yeah, he fell in love with the redhead, and I think the leading role in the movie has a redhead, and it was like a wig. And he's
that's why.
You don't need the wig because she's got naturally red hair.
Mickey does, yeah.
Mickey has naturally red hair.
Anyway, there's a backstory of in his real life,
he only got bit roles as monsters, and
I can't remember what the backstory was. It's some redhead that rejected him, or no.
she cared about
She
him.
cared
spent
about him,
time
but
with
she
him.
cheated on him or something. Yeah.
He followed her to these cabins, and she was with a lover, and he killed the lover with an axe, and she supposedly slipped off the cliff. And I guess the police found him holding her, and he went to an insane asylum.
Okay.
And somehow escaped the insane asylum.
Yeah, they don't even mention how he got
how.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of a sad story. Very. Oh, and then when he took Mickey out to dinner, he wanted to do his own version of Beauty and the Beast, but in the end, Beast stays Beast because Beauty fell in love with Beast, not the prince.
Yeah, he's very subtly hinting at what he wants to have happen with him and
with her,
Mickey. Yeah.
You know, our love story on and off stage. So he's wooing her like, wow. But
yeah, Beth felt it.
Not really, because I got my own love story right here. I don't need Quasimodo.
Because you've got him right here.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Wow. All right. Well,
but looking at the scenes, I guess, as they're driving up to the cabins that this other thing took place in, it sounds like there's almost a sound coming from the makeup case, and
almost
he's like, "No, don't make me do it."
Almost almost when it's thirsty for blood. It's like,
please just open up and let me do this. Yeah.
There she is in her leggings again.
Yeah.
Darn it.
She wears a lot of white in this episode.
We're screen saving the TV with the episode.
And what's really kind of interesting is the makeup case breaks into the sink when he's in the washroom.
Not the case, just whatever he had the makeup in. Or not the makeup, the blood. That's my understanding.
Oh, he just seemed freaked out, like, oh no, what's happening?
Well, that's because if he breaks the blood in the sink, you can't pour enough on the case, so maybe...
Well, the case has to be opened up with the blood being poured on it. That scene didn't really make sense.
Well, maybe
to me.
he had already poured it on, and that thing he broke was something he was going to put in the bag for later to pour it on.
Oh, that would make sense. So he'll have more blood for later, but all the blood got...
as we're going to see it coming out from the bottom of the door.
Right.
Beth thought the case got broken.
Because cursed objects can't be destroyed.
So that wouldn't
So having that break didn't make sense to me. But no, this was a pretty interesting episode. I would have to give it a full thumbs up.
I'd agree. This is probably my first full thumbs up on the episode for quite a few episodes, I think. So we probably don't want to forget to mention how it's kind of ends kind of tragically and sad and different than the episodes do on this one, where it's like the guy, it's not like this guy, you feel sympathetic for him. So it's like he's not he's a bad guy because he's killing people. He's a murderer,
but he's murdering.
But it's got a sympathetic side, you know.
Right.
So this guy isn't killed or he doesn't die himself. He's like, Mickey kind of, plays along when it's revealed that he's a Quasimodo or a Nate, whatever.
I didn't say that. His true self comes out, and he's hiding in the shadows, and Mickey says, "Don't hide, you're scaring me, I love you, doesn't matter what you look like." And then she sees him, and she kind of does
another
this
story.
Gasp, and he's holding her, calling her the other name, and she just plays along because he tries to choke her, and he's like, "No," she's like, "I do love you, I love you."
Prove it, kiss me.
And she
kissed
him.
So it turns out that we didn't...
kissed him and he turned into a little baby in her arms.
We didn't know while it was happening if it was real or not. Turns out she was just playing to not be killed. And then she's like, what's going to happen to him later on? And Marshak's like, well, he's be locked up somewhere. He'll never get out again. And
they tried that before.
Yeah, well, that's what they did to him before. But hopefully it's better security.
It's kind of a bittersweet ending.
Yeah, so full thumb for me. And I think I heard you say full thumb.
Full thumb for me. We did a lot of talking about the episode. Oh, but the William Pratt, I don't know if this was thrown in as filler or as a true statement, because, why did you pick a name of William Pratt? And Marshak says...
Oh, okay.
There was another actor.
There was another actor in Hollywood that was known for being monsters and ghouls and goblins, and he was the nicest guy in the world, Boris Karloff. also known, and his real name was William Pratt. I don't know if that's true.
So-
I would assume it is.
And that we
But-
might have to double do a fact check on that.
Yeah, you might have to, whatever Beth just said, double
Fact-
do a
Double do a fact check.
back check. Fact check. Okay, having said that, Beth,
So
what's coming up
our
next?
next episode is going to be wax magic.
I think it has to do with wax. What
I'm
about
gonna
you?
say like a wax museum.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Wax museum.
Or a candle.
Ooh, shoot.
Or a candle.
I'm gonna say something to do with wax.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you continue to enjoy our documenting of our opinion of Friday the 13th, the series.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next review.